We appreciate you today.
All right, thank you very much. Good morning to our very esteemed audience in the house. We thank you, our very able CEO in the house too.
Thank you,
of
sir.
course, our national admin for taking us through the intro of our business. And for every one of you that have found time to be here, we say you're welcome. Grace has met you, and that is why we'll be here to rock it together and see how we can get this bettered in the shortest possible time. I know there are butterflies in the minds of so many of us on this business, when is it going to come up live? All right? You've heard all this from Ambassador Favor Orunami, the national admin, and we are bringing you to the PYC, which is the hub of our business that is going to set us apart from every other business that is running already. Okay?
So okay, when SWIFTtrip go live, I think, has he handled that?
He hasn't.
He hasn't. Yes, please do that.
All right, so sorry I have to take you back a little because you've heard the intro.
Yeah.
And so many of us are asking, when are we going to go live?
Yes, sir.
When are we going to go live? You see, if you ask me, I will say, let us go live today.
That's it, sir.
But again, things must be done the right way. We don't want to be like others who went live and today they are dead. We want to ensure that when we go live, we will remain alive and, not be on oxygen or be on intensive care unit. But we want to be alive, and that is the reason why you need to see the date when we're going to go live. It's hinged on the sales of 3% of our shares to the entire public. If you see there, we're having 5% shares that we're giving out, but business will launch at the minimum sale of 3% shares volume. And this 3% is predicated on the node. So this is our milestone. Our milestone is embedded at the sales of 2.4 million subscribers. 2.4 million. Again, you had 3%. Now, 2.4 million. How do they correlate? Simply put, the 3%, if you share it, is going to give you 2.4 million subscribers. How? Just understand the percentage of ownership that each of these 2.4 million persons will own upon the sales of this 3%. It simply means that you need to divide the 3% with 0.000000125%. When you do that, if you do the math or the arithmetic, it will bring you to 2.4 million nodes units. And the uniqueness of our business is the fact that no single individual can own more than one unit. So of these 2.4 million, we're looking at 2.4 million human beings, not institutions, not organizations, but humans. So you are one, I am two, until we get to 2.4 million. It is this 2.4 million that will share the 3%. So what happens to that 2%? It is for the stakeholders. But the uniqueness of our business is the fact that the stakeholder category is almost at leaving its own gestation period because the countdown has started. As we count down to the end of this month, the stakeholder is already going off. So if you are still among us contemplating to upgrade your account to the stake, you have less than 24 days to go. You have less than 24 days to go. Otherwise, once it's gone, if you like, come with the money for dealer's package. We only remove the money for one node and give you the remaining 127 million, as it were, go. Because you didn't heed to advice. You didn't heed to our policy. So we are an organization that is built on ethics. And that's what we're talking about here. Now, you want to understand that when we'll be launching, some of us have asked, is it that we will launch all over the world simultaneously? The answer is no. We won't tell you what we will not do. SWIFTtrip will be launching a business in the United Kingdom and Nigeria the same month. Now, for those who are asking, Nigeria and United Kingdom, how? It might interest you to know that we have been duly registered by the United Kingdom government since August last year to commence business in that clime. So we are not just selling you a proposition. This is a sealed transaction. We have all our documents telling us you are good to go. So Look forward to you being a global man. You are not a local player here. So as SWIFTtrip ambassadors, we are international investors all over the world. Therefore, what is it that is making SWIFTtrip stand out from her peers, from others that are doing the same line of business that we are coming to do? Because we are not telling you we are coming to do something new. No. What we are pioneering is something that is already in existence. We are only coming to show the world that let's do it differently, whereby every one of us will be among those who will be profit sharers. And that is introducing to you the core value of why we are different from others, called the PYC. PYC, you heard me right. I know some of you would have been asking, is it not KYC again? That was why I said you heard me right. It's PYC. It was never a slip of tongue. The PYC simply means pay your customer. What you've had before now was and is know your customer, which have resulted into a lot of debit alerts from our accounts. It's only in this part of the world where you put 1,000 naira in your account, and by next year you come, it's 980 naira. And you'll be asking the bank, what happened? Is it that as I'm not withdrawing, the witches in my villages are collecting from it? Of course it's not. It's because when they wish you happy birthday, they remove 4 naira. They wish you happy independence because very soon we'll celebrate another 65 years of, sorry, let me talk more. You know what I'm trying to say. 65 years of no power in some part of Nigeria. But SWIFTtrip will solve all the problem for us over time, because just like the way we are generating our own water now, very soon some of us will generate our own electricity. You are aware already. Go to some places in Port Harcourt and Abuja, Lagos. You see that the roofs are littered with solar panel. What it tells you is that I don't need NEPA anymore. And we have a lot to harness in this country. We're not harnessing our resources. The wind is there, you know. The hydro is there, and so many other ones. And we'll tell the world that yes, very, very soon, because I saw a fuelless generator being advertised somewhere in another part of the world. Once that comes to Nigeria, I will tell them bye-bye too, because the way the fuel is burning now, I'm even questioning whether, when I'm not using the light, whether the spirits are using it. Because the way my fuel is burning in my generator, oh my God. What used to serve me for 2 days is now 1 day. So SWIFTtrip is going to put an end to some of these abnormalities in the system with our introduction of PYC. And so you're asking already, what does the PYC mean? How is it going to function? Because you are coming with something we don't understand. Yes, Shere, will they just calm down? Listen attentively and see how the PYC works. If you can watch that diagram very well, you see we're taking just the passenger as a case study that has boarded our e-taxi. See the introduction of the PYC here. If you look critically, you see that in the bus, you see 10%. That 10% is taken from the 100% that has the green arrow from the passenger that boarded our taxi. So he paid whatever amount is considered 100% because no deduction has been made. But the PYC is already in operation there because you saw a 2% arrow pointing back to the passenger of that ride. So for every ride that is, performed in our system, the passengers will get 2% back. That is pay your customer we're talking about. Are you getting the point now? Sure. 2% is paid back. Wow. It might look small. But if you calculate, for those of you that goes on public transport to your offices every day, in a month, what you have paid on transportation, if 2% is given to you, and you sum that up in a month, you'll be shocked how much you would have made for yourself. It could get you maybe 2, 3, 4 rubbers of Gary. And of course, that would have solved where that money would have been taken from. So you can begin to see how the PYC is going. We'll break it down for you to see now. This PYC we're talking about. Now, that is the bigger picture. 100%, 2,000 naira, the man paid 10,000 naira because, let's be realistic, I don't think there's any drop now that is 2,000 naira. Even Keke don't take 2,000 again. So it means that you might be paying 10,000, 5,000 as the case may be, and 2% is paid back to you. And then once that happens, if you look at that box, we've shown to you, You see, we have customers as passengers on one side, referral chain. We have stakeholders. So let's delve in further and see how the breakdown is done, how this PYC is going to work. Of course, the first arrow that you're not seeing anymore is the 2% going back to the customer who is a profit generator, because if they don't book our ride, we will not make money. And know it today that if nobody performs a ride, nobody is going to make money in this business. So we're not promising you an ROI kind of return on investment. No, it's hinged on activities that will be performed. So let people know very well, those who have the Ponzi mindset, that we are not promising you ROI of 30%, 20%, 100%. No. If you shut down Nigeria and you shut down the world, nobody earns from the transport sector. All right? So now, if you look toward your right, you see how the 5% is broken down. 2% is for the stakeholders, and it ranges from 0.05% to 0.0005%, depending on your entrance fee. Because the man who is coming in with 128 million naira, which is $128,000 today, owns 0.5% of the business. And the man who is the base holder with 2 million naira today owns 0.0005%. So choose your own entry point. Of course, your entry point determines your take home. However, we always say we are pitying the Nigerian populace because money, we will say, is not easy to come. It has never been easy. It's not today it started, though. I remember when I was small, people used to come and tell my father, times are hard. Why are you giving back to plenty children? That means these times are hard. I've not started today. It's as old as me. Yet, my father raised 10 of us, single-handedly. And yet, somebody is not able to raise 2 children, telling me times are hard is the reason for it. It's not true.
I hear you, sir.
You have to scale up. I always say it here. It's not because I'm being boastful. In the face of times are hard, somebody is going to buy a new car today. Times are hard. Somebody is buying a land today.
Yes, sir.
Somebody is starting the foundation today.
Yes, sir.
So choose your hardness. You get the point? Choose your hardness. There are places you walk into in Port Harcourt. If you hear how much you spend to eat food, you ask whether after eating that food I will never be hungry again. No. You see, life is all about your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is about your thought, your mentality. This entitlement mentality, we want to end it in Nigeria by learning to do things the right way. Every Nigerian, once you travel abroad, the entitlement mentality ends. It's as if once you just fly, pim upstairs, as you're airborne, the Nigerian coat will just drop off you because you're going to face the reality of what life is all about over there. No laziness. A friend of mine who traveled last 2 years, she was telling us that she stands for 11 good hours every day.
Wow.
She doesn't sit. 11 good hours. She's in Canada, working. Come to Nigeria. The civil servants, 8 o'clock resumption time. By 10 o'clock, they are still in their houses. By 2, they are coming back home. And yet they will cry that the government is not doing them well. Are you productive? I'm not trying to teleguide you, but that's the truth.
Yes,
I always say it. That is one of the most unproductive sector of the economy, yet it got so much from the system. If the man that works in the civil service is working in Shell, Mobi, he will not go to work by 10 o'clock and come by 2 o'clock. He leaves his house by 6:30 because they resume by 7. And you must put in that 8 hours. Nothing like you're trying to dodge work. No, because it is time value for money. And that's what they do abroad. Ask your friends, your brothers who are there. I have them. Husband and wife, don't they see eye to eye? Now for bus stop, they exchange house key. Bus stop. And I always say it, the way we walk over there, if you walk like that here, you might not be ready, but you will not go hungry. You will not go hungry. If you have that mentality that, look, if you don't work, the bills will chase you out of your house. And you walk the same way here, you not go beg for food.
I hear you, sir.
So for all those who are saying, I need the money. If you really want to do Swift trip, in 2 months you will raise the money. Work like your brothers abroad. Should I challenge you? Go to any of those women put in your area that the woman is dying of work. Tell the woman, I will help you to wash plate. Just anything you have, give me after washing the plate. You'll be shocked what she's going to give you because you came on your own volition and you will still eat free food there. So stop lazying about. So for the node holders, 80,000 naira today looks big, but it's nothing. Go to market with it. It has no value. It has no value. So if you come with it, it gives you the ownership right of 0 into 5 places 1 to 5%. Stop complaining. Complaining will never put food on your table. That's the truth.
Certainly, sir.
It will never. And of course, the distribution chain of that 100% is what we have done. We've given 10% to SWIFTtrip as a brand because after the launch, we will not call on you, say, bring money, we want to go to China or Japan to go and no, it is from that 10% we'll do all that. SWIFTtrip is very generous because we're giving our drivers that are the service provider 80%. All others, transport company are doing 70 or 75. That's why we tell people when we launch, there will be a massive shift. You see a tsunami movement from what has been to what it is now.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to redirect how businesses will be done all over the world. Just take it from me today. Take it from us today. That's where we're going to. All right? Now, we've taken out 80 plus 10, 90 plus 5, 95, and then 2 to the customer, 97. We are left with just 3%. Look at how the 3% is being shared. You can see the transparency in our system. Transparency. We are not juggling figures. We're not hiding anything from you. That even those who are doubting us now, who are waiting for us to launch, when we launch, there is still provision for you to earn from the system.
Sure.
There is provision for you. Because that is when those who are looking for a referral link, you will get link tire. Because you see everybody trying to send you link at the same time. You are sending, they are sending you. Because everybody now, because they missed out on the big deal, the real meal. So they want to partake from the crumbs. The 1.5% on the customer passenger chain. Customers and passengers will kill themselves. Now me first send a link, not send them, delete, oh no. Now what you going to hear later? Quarter for road because of SWIFTtrip. Everybody is sharing link now. The same thing will happen to the drivers. The drivers who did not buy into our system. Because for those who bought into it now, like Emmanuel in Lagos, he not go drive again. Because he know say enough they come to that, he go sit down. But for those who did not buy, they will want to be relevant now. They will come and become our drivers. No wahala, we'll still accommodate them. What kind of generosity is this now? 1.5% will be shared. You can see the breakdown. 1% the first generation, second is 0.3, 0.3, and then 0.1. 0.1, 0.1. And that is how 1.5 is shared. So if you sum all this together, that is 100% paid out already. Chicken, simple as ABC. So with this simple explanation, you should stand anywhere and be able to explain SWIFTtrip to anybody. If you cannot speak Sofri, use pidgin, talk am. You see, this Sofri is not putting food on your table.
I hear you, sir.
If not pidgin you feel used. Today, there was a time in Nigeria, if you want to determine how intelligent somebody is how much of how he can bend his mouth and bend his tongue. You call water. The person who is calling, he never did testing. When he did testing, he go call him, I better give me water. You understand? Today, all that is ending now because now we have pidgin radio stations.
Yes, sir.
If you go to Abuja, we have Brekete and Wazobia. They are the most listened to radio stations. It tells you that, you see, people have come to realize that the importance of the radio station is to communicate with the masses. So if you speak Sofri and they don't understand you, you were not impactful. So it's better I speak Igbo and the man in the East, the old woman in the East, understands what I'm saying and works with it. Then I come to speak Sofri, he tell me, say, my pikin, you don't talk finish. Say, okay, I don't go. If you go to the West, we have radio stations that speak that native dialect. The same thing in the North. In fact, I am looking for a good translator that can translate this SWIFTtrip thing into Hausa dialect, language, Fulani. You'll be shocked at what will come out of that part of the country. I think that is part of what is slowing us down. We've not customized it to our local dialect.
You're right, sir.
We must get to the root. Get an interpreter. This app for internet, you never translate to Nigerian language. Is it ChatGPT? You know, Sabi Yoruba.
Yes, no, right. They right. People want
okay,
to hear.
Right.
No, just right.
I beg the people want to create the app, make una translate the one when you go or prepare the one that can speak English or Yoruba for us or Hausa. You know, if you get that one and he can speak Nigerian language, you'll be shocked at what will happen very soon.
Yes, sir.
Because once the typical Nigerian man, you can communicate with him or her in his or her native tongue, you get results. You get results faster.
You're right.
That's
sir.
what they do in the West. In China, the physics textbooks are translated into their dialect. That's what they do very well. They make us believe that we must study it in English, ratio in English. That's why my old mother cannot understand mathematics very well. Put it in my native dialect. The woman sabi mathematics past all of us.
I hear you, sir.
Go and buy things from those old women. After you pick all those small things, before you finish, they will tell you the price, and everything is accurate. Because they are doing it in their own understanding, the language they understand. So we've done a breakdown. If you are listening to us, break it down in your own dialect, and you'll be shocked at the result you're going to get.
Yeah.
This interpretation goes the same for aviation. This interpretation goes the same for the Swift Mart, e-commerce. This interpretation goes with the logistics and, of course, with the hospitality. So, one single explanation covering the 5 services. So it takes you down the lane. You know what to do now. Don't go and be speaking English where you should speak your dialect. Speak Pidgin if you need to speak Pidgin. What is important is that we are communicating.
Yes, sir.
We are communicating. Because that's what SWIFTtrip wants to do. We want to communicate with the mind, the brains in Nigeria here and the world at large. I know some of us have been looking for the Oyibo man that is the brain behind this. I will shock you today. It is our own. The brain behind this is our own very black pigment human being. I know they call it not be black man. We are not black people. It's just the pigment, the skin. Somebody is calling me, am I a black person? I'm not black. My color fine. 7% are chocolate. I lie, it's not chocolate. This color is not in the market.
I hear you, sir.
So you cannot, you see, we are unique.
You can't mix it.
You can't get it. If you like go and do color blend, you won't get it. So let nobody look down on your skin. You're unique. You see, God is not, he didn't make mistake. He knew that he's going to put us in this part of the world. That was why he gave us this kind of skin. We're enjoying it. We have no problem. The melanin in it is very good. Don't be rubbing it cream to remove it. Okay? It has its own work. So that's the man I'm showing you there. The man that is from the eastern part of Nigeria, Udi precisely from Enugu State. He's a person that has been endowed with the gift to pioneer and drive this vision. I always tell people, everybody has his own gift. I don't have the kind of gift of patience like he do. Me, I dey like hurry well. You know, that's me. There are those who are very patient. Although there are areas where I'm patient too. But in this aspect of business, I like it fast. So, because if you understand our history, where we're coming from, you understand where I'm driving at. If it was me, I would have long abandoned the project and tell God, it's like it's missed call. This call not work. You understand? Me, I love systems, and this is one of these systems. So I killed him. But he has all it takes to drive the system. So we are queuing behind him. So let's give it to him. They are rare breed of this type in this space. All right?
Thank you, sir.
Because in Nigeria here, everybody is in a hurry. Little wonder, those who joined earlier, some of them have even given up. They've stopped talking about the business because to them, the man should launch. Launch with what now? So that when he launch and it doesn't work, you say, we said it now. Nothing when black man, they work when they work. Not listen and push him. Thank God he's resilient and he has told us we must go through the path we have designed. You see, God works, people say in a mysterious way. No, in a way you did not understand. And he's going to do that for us. So let's give it to him and we'll celebrate him for standing tall among committees of nations, because he always say one greater than Elon Musk is here, but he has to prove it over time.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And the only way is when we see this come to the real thing.
Yes,
so we
sir.
thank you very much, and of course,
Thank you so much, Ambassador Jerry Odu. We love you, and it has been an amazing walk with you all through today. So we've heard from our ambassador right here with us in River State. Amazing. And we've also heard from our worldwide hub, worldwide admin in person of Ambassador Orinami Ayo, giving us an introductory part of this meeting today. So I want to take us on, how do you profit as a subscriber in SWIFTtrip? How do you profit from this industry? Let's see. We'll be making use of case study. Please pay keen attention to this because this is something that if you miss it, you won't be able to share the information with your friends. Why? You've not understood what is in it for you. Not until you understand what's in it, what do I stand to benefit, how does it relate to me directly, that's when you say, I've understood it. So this is a very vital aspect again that you should walk through. We'll get an analysis with the deluxe, an analysis with the nodes. So within just few weeks from now, we're talking just on the node slot, why we have already educated our stakeholders on how they benefit. Soonest it's becoming just the node, which is the level 8 today. It's going to be the level 1 and the only available unit. Thank you so much for all we do for SWIFTtrip. So let's use this one. This slide also talks the same thing. It helps you by giving you a summary that on an analysis that the trip is done by a passenger in the United States, $4 is paid, or in Nigeria, 2,000 naira was paid, the company is going to pay its driver 80%, and then it's going to pay its investors as follows. The deluxe will have earned 0.02 cents, 0.01 cents, 0.304 cents, basic 1, 0.00002 cents, the basic 2, 0.402 cents, the base lots, and 0.705 cents the node slot. In naira, you can see 1 naira, 50 kobo, 0.01 kobo, 0.40, 25 kobo. If you've seen this on this very small box in your Telegram screen, click on that box, zoom it with your 2 fingers as if you want to stretch the screen. It's going to stretch out for you at ease. And then we'll look at another very interesting aspect. How is that calculation done? Per trip analysis. You have to understand that we are teaching you the per trip evaluation here, how to calculate on every single trip, because you earn at, or rather on every transaction. Once that transaction is done, let's use the e-taxi, and the driver clicks trip completed, he must click on that button. Why? To get request for another ride. So once he clicks trip completed, awesome, you earn, I earn, all shareholders earn, the customer earns, the driver earns, the customers, those who referred the passenger, they earn, the customers who referred the driver earns, everybody earns. Never like before. So this question here is, if a trip is conducted with $4, how much will I earn if I am a deluxe owner? Simple question, right? So it goes like this: 4 multiplied by 0.05, what do you get? 0.002 cents. So you remember what I showed you earlier on the deluxe, you see it 0.002 cents. That means if you go by the standard unit, the basic 1 unit, basic 4 unit, the base lots unit, to do the same calculation, you're going to get all of these answers you get here in a summarized chart. Then we move on to look at the trip done in Nigeria. You already now know how to calculate it. Simply say 2,000 naira multiplied by 0.05%, you get 1 naira. But the thing that happens to a mind of a person who hasn't come to understand how system works would be feeling, if I invest this amount, 128 million, to become an owner of this promise in the future, when will I get that capital back? If the person is seeing it like an investment, a capital, right? Here we already told you that you're more powerful than an investor. We say it always. That's why I don't address us as an investor. I would rather say a subscriber or a co-owner or a co-founder. You get it? So we are more powerful than investors. Investors are people who will only invest a dime in what they are certain about. Here we spell it out to you clearly. that even me speaking to you is uncertain about what we are pursuing. How can a person be? I don't know. Oh my God. And then when I speak with a level of conviction that you wonder, no, this airport is somewhere that he has already built. He's just telling us. And the same thing when you hear from some of our ambassadors. Some people have asked some of our shareholders, say, are you the CEO? Why are you talking like this? All of us, they follow foolishly. And in that realm, we speak audaciously that goosebumps catch a person who is still trying to balance in that realm of imagination. You should be able to imagine. Here we show you. If you can't see it, we can't help you. If I'm trying to pose, I should be the last person to say I myself is uncertain. I don't pose. I tell you as it is. When I say follow foolishly, I myself, I am following foolishly. Come on. Can an investor do that? No. We are special breeds of people that are wired and designed as we are. At times we think about ourselves, we don't know why we are like that. So if you hear what we're showing to you and you like it, congratulations. You are like us. Let's go accomplish something great. That the investors in the future will come in. And this same thing you are buying today, how much? $80. They will pay $200,000 minimum at the initial offering to the investors who want to be certain about it. So come, let's go build something amazing. Soonest, the project fee will be $100. And for a person to then say, I am a shareholder of SWIFTTrip, you have paid that $100 and an advert fee of $80. All right, I'll come to that when I finish speaking now. I'll come to that. You are here today. Don't play. I know some of our shareholders might also be helping the people out there to think like, oh, it's going to be too high. Don't think for anybody. Think for yourself. It's a special advice. Don't, you that haven't joined, even if the shareholders now are thinking for people out there, no problem. But you that have not joined, you are thinking for people. Hey, better think that thinking quick and be part of it when you heard it. Let me tell you something. To the people who will hear it then, it's not going to be a problem to them because they didn't hear it today. It is you who heard it when you had the access to buy it $100 lesser. You missed it. You are now paying $180 when you would have bought it for $80. Let me teach you something again. Maybe you think it's maybe I don't know how to put it. Maybe I just said that without an example, or I just said it for fun. No. To you, who is hearing it today for $80, 80,000 naira approximately. When you hear that it was sold for 5,000 naira, $5, how do you feel? You feel like, oh, wow, so you mean it? Yeah, and I'm getting it now. All right. That's how you feel. You don't feel any remorse. No string attached. You're only saying, okay, thank God I got it now. Even if the person will feel bad, like, oh, if I had met it then, no. It is not compared to a person who had it at $5, 5,000 naira. And the person is coming to buy it for $80, 80,000 naira. That person cannot just say, oh, it was sold then, like that. Now it's $80. Let me cook my bite. No. The person will feel the pain, the impact is there. The same thing to a person who had it at 180. Wow. So this thing was once sold at 80. Okay. Now I got it. So it means that what will be coming in the future is going to be something else. All right, let me have it now. Stop thinking for people. First take position. You heard that it will be sold for $200,000. You are now thinking for the people to come. When we tell you that it will be sold for $200,000, me, when I speak, I don't play with what I say. Before a person would see something and value it for that price, we should know that what is coming is massive. And for you to have it at $180, it's a joke. People coming later will pay the balance. We pay the balance. You're getting it for free. Don't let where we are coming from begin to cloud your mind when you hear $180, $5. What is causing the increase? The increase is not caused by what is happening in the economy. Increase is happening by what is coming, not what you are seeing now. Who have time for inflation? Who have time for economic meltdown or whatever? What is coming is massive. Don't miss SWIFTtrip. ₦1. When will you get your capital back? That's what that man who wants to come in is asking. By the time we go in years from now, that will no longer be a question, right? It's not going to be a question. Don't worry, just stay on with me. You're going to see the future, and it will amaze you. $4 multiplied by the note holder's share, what do you get? 0.705 cents. Your calculator might give you 5 point E, that's 5 exponential minus 8. That's what your calculator will give to you. So if you get that when you calculate this, you are right. If you do the conversion, you will get 0.705 cents. If that trip is done in Nigeria, 2,000 naira was paid. 0.50, the note holder share. That's giving you 0.4025 kobo. Amazing, right? But it's not yet amazing. So let's go to the amazing part. Do you know that cents, kobo, is what makes you a millionaire, a billionaire, a trillionaire? Whether in Kuwait, whether in naira, whether in pounds, whether in dollars, it's the little adding up. So you simply find a way to make this thing happen without your direct involvement. Because if you are involved, you will tire. You can't gather, you can't labor to gather that from little, and it becomes massive. No. You have to find a system. Do you want to be great? Build systems. Allow AI to work for you. Rather than being scared that AI is taking jobs, let it take the jobs. Why are you laboring for what an AI can do for you? Let's get better. Just keep moving on. As technology is coming, know that it's coming to make your life easy. Leverage on it. Leverage on it. I'm hearing that another app is coming out that Chat GTP or Chat GPT, anyone. Not GT or GP. So long the P and the T data. Still another app is coming to take over it. And it's already taking over. That one is the second now. I don't know how many of you out there are still struggling to do some certain things. Hello, AI, you will ask any question. You say you are a counselor, marriage counselor. AI has taken it. It's a person who just have a heartbreak now, serious heartbreak, does not need that marriage counselor or that relationship counselor anymore. If that person is aware of AI on a system, Chat GTP, Aeroforce None. Go and type. Tell them what happened to you. It will advise you as if you are talking to a person. There are people who will just get bored now. They just go, now it has version that speaks, right? It's not about typing. Just talk to it. The advice you will get, it will seem as if somebody is there with you. These things fuse. They see, they hear. It talks. AI. And somebody is still struggling to do work, manual work. Now, whatever those people that are running to abroad say they want to work. Ambassador Jerry was saying just now, say people are working hours. You stand for 11 hours. Very soon, a robot will stand for 1 year. It won't even say body they pay now. As it stands in the service, it is there working. Then you think that where a person will complain, I've stood for 11 hours. My body they shake. You want to rest to get shift. When that company can have a robot perform that without shift. If he's talking of shift, he's talking of shift in maybe months time to relax. Another robot takes over while it's serviced. Something is happening. 10 years from now, the world will not be what it is today. Things are happening. Things are changing. Wake up quick. Nigerians, wake up. Please, let's go to 5 years from now and see what is coming through SWIFTtrip. No, not from now, rather from when the business launches. See how that unveils. Are you ready for that? The deluxe that you saw, 1 naira, would have earned what? 50 trillion. When SWIFTtrip completes what? 50 trillion trips. On this chart, it says her shareholders' assets must have appreciated as follows. 0.002 cents multiplied by 50 trillion trips would have yielded how much? $100 billion. 0.50 kobo, 0 naira, 50 kobo, multiplied by 50 trillion trips, 50 kobo, becoming 25 trillion naira. What kind of labor do you want to labor that can yield that for you? Sleeping and earning it. For you to earn that, you will know, if you are directly involved, you will know the kind of labor you have labored. But what we are coming is to do something that after now, after this struggle, after this hustle, you can go rest. So what are you resting for today? How will today pass? You didn't see anybody, you didn't talk to anybody. You didn't labor. You didn't share the information. Nobody heard about what someone told you of a future coming. No one heard it from you. You are relaxed. So relaxed. Soonest advert bonus of SWIFTtrip will be $50. Somebody will be there saying, and the company is getting $100 and paying a person $50. No, be there talking. There are people who are restless, moving, and making something happen. And someone is there saying, the company is paying beyond 50%, beyond this percent. The company is not hiding anything. Nothing is hidden. We tell you, this is it, that is it. How a person now carry it up to castigate it, it is his own. No. If that person hears it and say, what kind of company is paying this kind of thing? What a stupidest company. According to how Kevin Hart heard Uber and said, stupidest shit. We are moving. That person's opinion to that matter does not matter. It is those that see it and say, okay, as I am moving with this thing, I can never go hungry. So I move all out. That kind of energy that person is putting for token payments per hour, standing 11 hours. If you put that kind of energy in SWIFTtrip, do you know what you become? then the time to rest for the rest of your life comes. You relax, you sleeping, you are making this kind of money for the rest of your life. Thank God. What naysayers are saying, the way God has designed accomplishment of great things, it adds nothing to it. So, we pioneering SWIFTtrip should be the last people or persons to feel anything about it. The person who hears and says, yes, I agree with SWIFTtrip and I follow, that is the person that adds value. That his registration to SWIFTtrip valuable. We say follow foolishly. Follow foolishly. How will you act? How will you act if you know that there was a time ago I told you about an airport and I have accomplished that airport and I said this one is the second airport. Let's go build it again. How will you act? How will you act if you know that I am 100% to what I say I will do? I can't fail in any way. I can't disappoint you in any way. How will you act? How will you act if I have taken you by hand to show you that airport that we are saying we want to build, but don't tell anybody that the airport is there, just go and tell people about it? You will act as though it is impossible. Even if anybody talk anything, you will know that, man, I am resting on the sure foundation. How will you act? Act like that today. That is how greatness is bettered. You must be able to act as if it is impossible to fail. Be bold as lions. Lioness. When we talk it is not mouth talk. Oh. It is not mouth talk. Don't say I'm a lion, and when the time to act as a lion comes, you become a sheep. Always remember who you are and act accordingly. Congratulations to you who found SWIFTtrip. We bounced right to the top. Many might not understand our slogan, not until they see and behold the accomplishment of SWIFTtrip. Let's look at this. Let's teach you how to calculate the slides, or all of those you've seen on the chart. We brought the per trip analysis, and we're adding it up to an estimate of 50 trillion trips, of which we say this is the worst case analysis, worst case scenario. A time is coming, we'll be talking of trillions in its trillions of transactions. We've gone beyond millions of trillions, billions of trillions, trillions in their trillions. If the trillions in their trillions didn't happen in my lifetime, it will happen when I am in heaven. If you don't know where you are going to, no. Be very certain about your destination after here. Don't be in useless hurry, because every one of us will soon exit this earth dead. Nobody is exiting alive. What are you actually afraid of? What are you actually afraid of, please? Check it. What are you afraid of? That great thing you want to do, when will you get it done? Every day that passes, you are closer to the grave. Are you aware? Every day, that child you just gave birth to, as the day passes, closer to the grave. Anytime you miss to do that thing you ought to do, You can't recover from that. You can't recover that wasted moment. It's not to say I will do double tomorrow. You can't recover it. That double would have given you extra thing for that day. Let's become great people. We know every one of us is actually maybe the first time we would say we are passing through this kind of process. Let's pass through it. Let's pass through it. The end result. We have followed projects before now, right? We followed those projects until they crashed. We know that they will crash, so we followed. They will tell you 10 months. Some will even tell you 2 years. Before 10 months it crashed. And you followed it to the end. Sir, tell yourself, I have followed projects before. SWIFTtrip I have joined. I will follow this campaign till the end of this campaign. Let me see for myself. Just be rugged. Just be dogged. As you are following to the end, ensure that every day is fruitful in your followership to the end. Don't be there sitting as a dormant variable and say you are following. You are not following. Not following. We don't need spectators. Spectators do not add anything other than the position they have taken. That's not what we need. Don't be a spectator. Tell people and let them say, I would not be part of it. Awesome. You are laboring. You are doing the work. You are following. Till the very end of this campaign. Just know that everybody you tell about this opportunity to become a trillionaire in dollars, that person misses it. His generation that would have been set free, we still begin to labor. Anytime they say that we want to get involved in a system, building something global, they will pay the price of patience. Don't think that you can get into that kind of realm we are taking ourselves into by escaping to pay the price. How do you escape it? How do you escape it? How do you escape this process? You can't escape it. So long say you say, I want to become great. Sir, this one, you can't escape it. Don't think you come here and you say, you found SWIFTtrip early. You paid the token. $180. You paid it. And you say, you wake up tomorrow, you are a shareholder. You are an airport running, in airport. Sir, you will pay the price. You will labor. Not being deceived here. Any person that follows SWIFTtrip as we talk, you like him like that, congratulations. You are a real person that will never see shame. Oh, can't see shame. If you like truth, the Bible says truth will set you free. Any day, the way I talk, plenty talk, I have left evaluation to do. I'm talking. Everything I say, whether I don't think before I talk, let me put it that way, like I'm thinking, wait till I talk yesterday, with that kind of talk. Wait till I think yesterday, may I not talk another thing? I don't think that. You wake me in the midnight and to speak like this, I will speak blah, 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 blah. And everything I speak, am I speaking in another tune, in another volume, in another wave, in another inspiration, but at the same thing I did talk. At the same thing I did talk. You hear some ministers when they are speaking, they will say, I don't know if I've told you this story before. I don't know if I've told you my life story before. I forgot to talk about it. At times, it do me when I tell you something about the past. Have I ever, because at times I know that those things I have said it before, but I might have forgotten I said it. But when I re-say it, did I say another thing? I said exactly the same thing. That's how you know a person who they talk truth. I was watching Apostle Paul, NHA, the CEO of the GO of Dunamis International in Nigeria. On Sunday, he said, There's this story I want to share with you. I don't know if I've shared this story before, but let me just share it. As he shared it, it's a story they share every time. He said it the same way. About how in the early days, he lived in the same room. Him, his wife, his first daughter, everybody, 6 people in one room. And one of the people that was working with him as the first pastor, anytime the man goes for evangelism, he will come back and start complaining. And so one day they tell him, say, okay, it's like you should travel out. The man traveled and never returned. One day he was holding a mega crusade. You need to see his crusades. Crusade be like a place that people will go, nobody show up. When the man enter, crowd from nowhere be like termites. He saw the man as he was walking within the crowd. He saw the man at the tail end of the crowd. And after I read it, I said, how are you doing? What's up? The man's life is shattered. In fact, that's the glory Paul and nature is displaying could not make that man who was staying one room with him closest to him, could not relate with him anymore. After that meeting, he said from that day he has never heard with the man again. Never heard from him. Do you think that if that man come back to him, the man, he would not listen to the man? Why? The man started ministry with him. He will listen, but shame of seeing how they started, where he is, and he that was in a hurry going where? Hurry for what? For crying out loud. He want to make it quick. He ran and left him now. Today, miserable. It is better you run and go to pay the price in whatever you are doing. Pay that price. If you try to escape this price of greatness, you will end up in shame. Total shame. Total disgrace. That person will be so dejected, so battered. He must pay the price. You must pay it. I don't know who I'm talking to today. So long say you like greatness, unless you are comfortable with mediocrity. You want to be a mediocre. That's when you say, no problem, I will play with my life now. And when I'm old, I would love to pay the price of staying broke in my old age. Unless that person loves it. That's when a person will live lazily, lackadaisically. And at the end, the person is okay being a mediocre. Not you. If you are a person who desires greatness, come on, pay that price. Pay that price. Enjoy the rejection people give to you now, talking about your future. People call you this and that. Enjoy those statements. Move ahead. By the time it's all said and done, they will come back to say, had I known. That relationship must be broken. You hear, huh? That's how I talk. That relation, what relationship are you keeping? Keeping a relationship with a person who is going nowhere. And you are hustling, going, paying the price. That person is playing. What can measure up at the accomplishment of that time? That all the price have been paid. It's now your time to play. That person is now paying his price. He will now relate with you. How is it possible? You will be free. Oh, every great man, every great woman, they love to help people. You will be very open to want to help that person, even though you know that this person spits on your face talking about SWIFTtrip. When you are in your glory, that person comes your way. You will be willing to help person, but shame will not allow that person come close to you. I'm telling you. What you see on the screen is a relationship breaker. Hey, I never talked on lies before. You just enter my mouth as a hearer. What you see on the screen is a relationship breaker. People who laugh at you now, in this realm, that person cannot stand your presence. You are looking for the person to help him. The person will be running away from your help. Any token you give to that person, it will remind the person of now his foolishness will be awakened to him. Today we say, agree, allow yourself to say, I am foolish, follow foolishly. It is better that you abase yourself to that extent than tomorrow everything around you is showing you foolish. Why did you not take that decision that time? You will tell your child, I miss that thing. If the child respects you so much, not to say you are stupid though. For a back, he must talk him. He must talk him. You will just not talk in your presence, so God will not say you disrespect your father that much. For a heart, he go talk him. Highest, if you know, say don't disrespect for a heart, you say, Father, forgive me, but I'm not happy with my father. Don't miss it. We are here for serious business. Not here for complainers. We are here for decision makers. Decisive movers. Who will decide to what? Follow foolishly. These decision makers, they get the same sense that those ones that are indecisive because of, hey, I don't do things like this before, it no work. Now Nigerian thing no they work. Now black man, forget all those noise where they make. If they pay this one, they pay that one. Just do it. He said you go be trillionaire in dollars. Now you go be the trillionaire. When you pack all on the money now run, he's the trillionaire. Don't worry about those things they say. They have the same sense, but they decide to pretend say they don't get sense. They discard all of those naysayings. And they followed foolishly. Sir, today is your first time to hear from me. I call on you to follow SWIFTtrip foolishly. Let's go make something great happen. 0.705 cents. As small as it is, multiplied by 50 trillion trips. Come on. Becoming $2.5 million. Who? How? You are sleeping, you are earning. Remember, this thing is just on a steady analysis like this. How do I mean? $4 rate. That's what we are calculating here. No, that trips will be $400. Purchases will be $4,000. Purchases will be $40,000. You will see transactions of $400,000. Companies just doing a worst case. Say let's use $4, 2,000 naira. So we'll not overblow figures. And you are getting it. Somebody is playing. Then you will go out there to talk about this kind of thing. You are talking in small, because you have not seen it. Take your time, meditate. I do tell us, if you will not talk audaciously out there about SWIFTtrip, relax. Don't bother talking. If you will not sum up the confidence to shut up the naysayers, relax. Don't talk about it. Leave the talk for us. We have seen it. We will talk it. We are ready to talk to the whole world, every single person in this world, just to get 2.4 million persons. The asset growth. So if you have made that kind of resolution, you already know that you will not talk to a handful of the people in the earth. You don't do, your business is already there. Your business is already global. To the one who misses SWIFTtrip, don't miss it. SWIFTtrip will make you a trillionaire in dollars. What will I be doing as a subscriber before they launch a SWIFTtrip? Help people help people. You see this help, you need to help people. You need to help them because there are people out there that doesn't know they need help. You see a person who is now enjoying to live life just like that, wasting away his youthfulness, living lazily. You are helping people. Come and be part of this. And since you like to be lazy, in fact, come, just join. Be part of this system. Tell you, no, not a part of it. You'll be sleeping, you'll be earning. No, since you like to sleep. No. Why? I don't have money to be part of it. I'm broke. You can go look for this money to be part of it. I don't have anybody to. But if that person get birthday celebration now, hey, the person is ready to borrow. To spend about 250,000, 500K, say na birthday. Later I'll pay you. Bring it. But come and invest 80,000 naira in the future. No, how can I put that kind of money in the future? $180, put it there. I will be, no now. If I have that money now, I know what I would have done with it. What have you done with it? It has been there with you. What did you do with it? Keep it, go and run any business. That business cannot make you an owner of an airport. We are calling you for a collaboration. People don't understand what we're calling them for. Collaborate with 2.4 million persons. You say no? You want to do it all alone? Go get it done. Soonest, that person will understand the meaning of collaboration. So help people to collaborate with this great thing. As you are helping the people to come collaborate with SWIFTtrip, you are helping SWIFTtrip to find those who will collaborate with her. So we say leave the same results and you're going to have that same fulfillment. How? Okay, more money, how do I earn it? Let's just talk about that. SWIFTtrip media business, it pays. Soonest, in a month time, you will then understand that the media business actually pays. Don't worry. My simple advice, don't listen to, you want to be great in life, you want to do things, don't listen to complainers. There will always be complainers. Ambassador Jerry just told you that right from his father's time, which is very true. If you go check your own father's time, people have been saying times are hard. It has never been easy. There is no time in history that anybody have said times are easy. The complainers, it's always hard on them. Inside that same times are easy. People are working, doing things tirelessly, building systems, things changing, turning around, living the life of their dreams, buying their very dream cars, brand new. Just repeating what Ambassador Jerry said. And someone is there saying, times are hard. Choose your hardness. Oh, I love everything he said. Choose your hardness. How do you choose it? Today people are playing. Start campaigning about SWIFTtrip. Choose that hardness of decide. If you don't make life hard for yourself, life will be tough. Life becomes easy to the people that refuse to allow life teach them the hardness of life. Come on. Do you want life to be easy on you? Don't allow life teach you by itself that life is hard. Take that hardness, place it upon you, and choose to follow that hard path. Life will become easy to you. In the eyes of people, actually, because to you, you know you're just simply getting stronger. Life is still very difficult. The way it's difficult for everybody, it's difficult for you. That's how it is. So it doesn't ever get easy. You only just got tougher. You got stronger. Because you chose the hard path. Tomorrow, a person with a jealous Ambassador Dr. Tamke that is an owner of an airport. Then he was shouting. People even say, sir, you are talking too fast. Hold brakes more, may we hear you. talking things he has not seen with his natural eyes. He only saw it with his heart. When he was following that foolishly, people were mocking him, people were laughing. And tomorrow they want to envy him when they say, I own a global airport. Go and face the shame that he faced. If you will not become that great, you want good things, but you don't want to pay a price for it. Pay this price. Today is $15. The aggressive marketers of SWIFTtrip, let me tell you the truth, they are even wishing if they can change the calendar, if they can flip the calendar to March 1st, so that this peanut would go away. Some are even wishing that the people they are telling now do not register, so that they come register when it's higher. You don't know. If you understand, you just man up, you just sit up. I'm talking to someone who has been complaining that there are people who aren't complaining, and they are living in the same times as you. So stop complaining, do the right thing, and you will get a different result from what you've been getting. 10% is what you get from the stakeholder who decides to be a stakeholder from now to February 28th. 10% of whatever he pays. Recommend a note holder, you get $15. Recommend, okay, the people you told about it shares to the other person, that person comes in, you get $2.5. You get $1 in the third generation. You get $0.5 in the fourth generation. So the 5 there will soon cancel out that 0. It's going to be $5. The other is going to be $10. The third is going to be $15. And the first generation is going to be $50. Congratulations to able shareholders of SWIFTtrip. Now we can go all out to campaign, and we know that we are not going to, in the now, whatever we spend, just to get SWIFTtrip out there, in no time, you are getting it back in massive profits. Nobody is here to sacrifice another person's neck, say, put your blood down. Campaign. You know we are in the vision stage. We can't pay you anything. Instead of me to say that, we task the person coming in, because we know where we are heading to. You want to be part of it, you pay for it. How will I say that? You are coming in. You pay the price, and the ones that have been there will be laboring their ass out. And we say we're in the vision stage. Who does that? Extra Media Cash Award. SWIFTtrip Runner Awards. $50 is what you get by conversation from the company. The company comes back to you to say $50 when you have sold 50 activated, or rather 50 slots of the nodes. Yeah. You become an icon. You see that runner means you are running with the vision. You wouldn't have sold 50 slots to your family members. Even if you did to your family members, congratulations. That was the hardest task. You told a family member didn't laugh at you, say, after all those things, what you don't do since. The family member agreed. My God, you are running with the vision. One person to one unit. You didn't meet one big man that cleared the 50 units and he became a runner once. Icon Award, 500 slots. Company say, we know that this is not compared to all the insults you have faced, but take $1,000. Star Award, the company says you are now the face of SWIFTtrip. We know that What 5,000 slot? You know, you have talked to maybe 50,000 people. Take this $10,000, regardless of all you've earned. Thank you. There are award items. Needless to mention because it's reviewed soon on the new slots, on the change of price coming. It's going to be reviewed. All right. So do not miss the SWIFTTRip Profit Share offer. Congratulations, able shareholders of SWIFTTRip will bounce right to the top. So subscribe now, pay to SWIFTIFY Technologies Limited, FCNB. The Naira account 200 4607389. The USD account is there, 200 461 4062. Congratulations. £0 for all of those you pay through the SWIFT code provided by FCNB Bank, FCNB NGLAXXX. Send the proof of payment to your sponsor along with name, phone number, email for registration. Your sponsor will contact the company admin after he has received your name, phone number, and email, and the proof of payment is going to get an approval from the company if that payment was received. And once it's confirmed, he gets an activation code and he goes into his own account to register you. That's how registrations are done in SWIFTTRip. We don't share links. We don't share a link. Okay, so that's the national admins or the international admins contacts. Our global admin +234 80 You are only to reach to him as a sponsor to someone who wants to register someone if there is no hub admin, an ambassador of SWIFTTRip in your state. That you are in River State does not mean that you have to reach out to the national admin. You get it? We have a hub admin in River State. And I'm going to share my slide. Please, this Saturday, copy this number. This Saturday is going to be a big time again at the headquarters. Be part of this event coming up this Saturday. Invite a friend, book a ticket for them. Let them be part of this event. So, if you have that contact right now on your screen, awesome. You can always watch this review again on YouTube, on Facebook to get that contact. Book the ticket for them, whether you are in Nigeria or outside Nigeria. If that person is in Port Harcourt, send the person the ticket. Tell the person, this ticket, ensure you go with it. On that, they have reserved the seat for you. Don't miss that event. If you leave your ticket at home, you can't enter the hall, so ensure you hold it. Okay? Let the person be clarified about it. The person who might be at the door there seeing empty seats, say, okay, don't worry, I will pay. What will I pay to enter? You are not paying. It's a free ticket, but it's a VIP ticket. Without that ticket, no access to the hall. Congratulations. So, my media, thank you. Can I see my cameras? Media. Thank you, media. You can put up my screen, my camera. Thank you. I appreciate every one of you today. So I would then need the camera back up to my screen. Yeah, thank you. So, our ambassadors in the house, these are the ambassadors. I'm going to introduce you to an ambassador of SWIFTTRip in your state right now or in your country. Ensure you take good note of these ambassadors and reach out to them, whichever are in your state. All right, we have the worldwide admin of SWIFTTRip. He's a global admin of SWIFTTRip. in person of Orinami Favor Ayo, connect with him to get your prospects registered in SWIFTtrip, okay? If there is no hub admin in your state, so if you're in Edo State, you can't be reaching out to the hub, to the global admin or the headquarters to get registered. No, or to register your prospects. You have a friend from, let's say, France. We have a France hub admin, but let me explain it now. Like this: we have a France hub admin, but now a shareholder of SWIFTtrip in Edo State connected to a man or a woman who wants to register in France. Yes, wants to be a shareholder from France. Because we have a hub admin in France, does not mean that that man in France would reach out to our hub admin in France. No, you will give that proof of payment to the person in Edo State, in Benin City. That shareholder is that shareholder who will then reach out to the ambassador of SWIFTtrip in Edo State. Did we get the logic? Hope I didn't confuse us. So he will confirm the payment, send the proof of, send the activation code. If that person who is in Edo State is doing it for the first time, you tell him, what do I do with this activation code? He will teach you how to go with the process. What's the name? The activation. You activate the code, and now that person is a shareholder. You send the login details to that man or woman in France. Simple. Do you get it? So, if you are in Edo State, have ambassador, the contact of Dr. Tanke, as you can see on the screen. You can watch over again on YouTube. We have Ambassador Chukwemeka in Ebonyi State. Connect with him to register your prospect if you are in Ebonyi. Just having a little network glitches. That's why I'm also displaying it from the other side. Alright, so you who's in which states again? Italy. Yeah, Italy or in France. We have Ambassador Martins. He's the hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Italy or in France. Whichever country you are, Italy or France, reach out to him. You want to see him physically? You meet him. He shuttles those two countries weekly. Yeah, weekly. So he will only just schedule a meeting with you, and soonest he will be in your country. So you should understand that the kind of people we have pioneering SWIFTtrip, we are not playing here. We are not mean men or men. Yeah. Highly professionals. So if we have 10,000 of these persons today, hello, you who is coming in, follow 10,000 plus persons will not follow foolishly to a foolish cause. Oh, did somebody hear that? They saw something in it that propelled them to decide to keep those wisdom and follow. Follow, let's go get something great happen. Throw the wisdom away. It's the word that will say, man, you are wise. Don't bother calling yourself wise. Don't bother dragging wisdom. Don't bother dragging wisdom. This is Ambassador Shedrack, hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Abuja. Connect with him. And you will, when you go to him and he talks to your prospect, you will know you met someone. Ambassador Dr. Ona is the hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Ebonyi. This is a king in his community, a royal highness. If he has seen something in SWIFTtrip, sir, follow. Let's go get something done. We have Ambassador Cyprian, hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Enugu State. Connect with him. If you're in Enugu, reach out to him immediately. See how you can start working, and he transfers his energy into you. He won't remain the same. Ambassador Hanaf from Osun State, an amazing pioneer of SWIFTtrip. Thank you so much, Ambassador Hanaf, for what you do for SWIFTtrip over there in Osun. We're proud of you, and we say thank you so much. We have Madam Christy Akpabio, hub admin of SWIFTtrip in Lagos State. I'm looking at this environment. It wants to look like where we did seminar in Benin City. So I was wondering, I said, did you come to Benin? Awesome. I know it's Lagos. Thank you so much, man, for all you do for SWIFTtrip. Reach out to Madam Christy Akpabio to register your prospects. Madam Christy is a mover. I can't forget when SWIFTtrip was coming small. We had many Lagos shareholders. Why don't we have a hub? Who can stand there for SWIFTtrip over there in Lagos? Everybody just feeling like, not me, not me. From when Madam Christy joined meeting, he started pushing. We say it requires 10 people to become a shareholder, to become an ambassador of SWIFTtrip. 10. And then you have an office. She say, I must get this thing done. Kept pushing. If Madam Mommy at her age can do this, come on, let's arise. Let's arise and get things done. Think she's just working for herself, for her children, and even unborn, her children's children. She can pay. Look at what she passed through in the Lagos event. I was looking at Mama. Say, where you get this kind of strength from? Paying a price for who? For who? Herself? No. Her generations. Then tomorrow somebody will want to be envious of her. Thank you, Mommy, for all you do for SWIFTtrip. Or to be envious of her children. Don't know the sacrifice a mother paid. Now we say, pay a sacrifice. Now they say, no, it's going to take 20 years. I can't be part of it. Okay, I think those are the hub admins of SWIFTtrip in the house. I love you all. And we have ambassadors. Able shareholders of SWIFTtrip in the house. Dennis Justina, thank you for all you do, ma'am. Uzokwe Esther. Mama, thank you for making every single meeting at the headquarters here meaningful. You are just another breed. Thank you for all you do. Augustine Ndubisi, you're welcome. Azuka Blessing, thank you so much. Ifine Udegu, you're welcome. We have Stephen Solomon, thank you for all you do for SWIFTtrip. That's the logo. You see the oil dropping on SWIFTtrip. You understand SWIFTtrip. I think that design was from Dr. Tamke. Thank you so much. Yes, it's SWIFTtrip, thank you. This is Oluwafemi. Thank you so much. We have Ken Day. Ken Day, thank you so much. Since you joined the meeting, you've always been consistent. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. When we see new friends who join and they are consistent, God bless you so much. Bruno Acho, thank you. Massive pioneer of SWIFTtrip. Julius, thank you so much for all you do for SWIFTtrip. We do not take our consistency here for granted at all. Monday, you are so. We say thank you. But Mr. Monday, it's been a while. You used to join, and at times you come, at times you don't come. But thank you so much for always being here. I love you so much, Mr. Monday. And then we have Blessing Jaja. Thank you for all you do for SWIFTtrip. The network has touched my slide. I'm coming. I'll shake everybody's hands. Yeah, we have. No, keep my screen. Keep my screen. Thank you. We have Robinson. Robinson. Oviemu. Thank you for all you do. We have Felicia. God bless you for all you do for SWIFTtrip. Sylvester. Thank you for all you do for SWIFTtrip. Yeah. That's Mr. Sylvester. Bouncing right to the top. Fully kitted with SWIFTtrip. We have Madam Noyelum. Thank you so much for all you do for SWIFTtrip. I'll be so happy one day when I open all the, as I'm clicking on our ambassadors like this, I'm seeing the SWIFTtrip t-shirts and the cap logo like this. We are flaunting it. We are flaunting it. Thank you so much. That's Madam Blessing Ngozi. Yeah. Thank you so much, ma. An able shareholder of SWIFTtrip. Yeah, awesome. We have, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you so much. We love you. Hope I didn't skip when that. There was a time network went to flip my screen now. Hope I didn't skip anyone. I'll shake everybody's hands. Thank you so much, Mr. Hassan, for all you do for SWIFTtrip. God bless you. Awesome. Uche Chilaka. Thank you. This is your dance here. At least they watch them. Thank you so much, Madam Uche. Please, what you do, you just get SWIFTtrip t-shirt and dance this dance, please. Thank you, we love you. And then we have Madam Antonia. Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do. Is that the SWIFTtrip cap you're wearing, but the SWIFTtrip can't go up? Andy Shella. Shale or Sale, thank you for all you do for SWIFTtrip. We love you. Madam Sylvia Dele, beautiful mommy. Thank you so much. In Kiruka, we love you so much. Thank you for all you do for SWIFTtrip. That's the SWIFTtrip family. Wow, SWIFTtrip family. Thank you. Wow, I love you. I'm so excited, and it's always like I should just remain here with us, but we have a lot to go do. And I know I've taken a lot of time breaking down all of this. So we've closed for today. Thank you so much for staying tuned with me, hearing all I have to say from that source that speaketh to us. You all know that when I speak here, I don't come with, maybe say I have this is what I'll say today. Just talk it. And when I hear it, I say it that way. Just as I heard and I said today, go home with this one I showed you. When I showed you that slide and say, what you see here is a relationship breaker. Go home with that. I believe you know the slide I was talking about. When I showed you what scent has become in 5 years. Yeah, I remembered it. That was the first time I said it. I heard it. And I don't think it will leave my mind. I'm going to write it down. Thank you. You have anything to say? We've closed. And for those who will have something to say, you need clarity, you need clarification on anything, please say, share, and we'll be glad to clarify us, okay? Do you have any maybe contributions, suggestions, something you're not cleared with, a question? Just raise your hands to speak. Let me just wait for the next 5 minutes or so. If I find anyone who wants to speak, I address us. All right, so while we are on that, let's hear from our mommy, our very own mommy Adzele. How you doing? Can you unmute your mic to speak? Give us an advice. I love hearing from you. What happened? What did I do? I thought I clicked allow to speak. Network took her out. Sorry. Okay. I would love to hear from yes, my dancer, Madam Chilaka Oche. How you doing? Can you unmute your mic to give us an advice today? Okay, Mr. Robinson, you're raising your hands, you will speak, okay? Let's hear from Madam Uche Chilaka. How are you doing, ma'am? Click the middle button. Are you at work? Where are you? Are you comfortable to speak? SWIFTTrip is going to that realm right now where everyone can willingly, we don't need to tell them willingly. You say, wherever I'm working now, full time, SWIFTTrip. No more room for salary in my life. Because only one is more than some people's salary now, right? It has come to that round. Just March 1st. 1. So 2. 4. Talking of very reasonable salary like this. So let's go all out and make SWIFTTrip happen. Uche Chilaka, I'm not getting your voice. Let's hear from Robinson. How are you? Good morning, boss. How's the family? Doing very, very great. Doing awesome.
Thank God, sir. We are really bouncing to the top.
Amen.
By the grace of God, I joined SWIFTTrip in October 2023, and I've been consistent because somebody said knowledge is power.
Yes, sir.
And information is currency.
Yes, sir.
I love to be equipped with information, to be correct with information. That is why most of the time I join. Not only that, to check whether those people are invited, they are also in the meeting.
Yeah.
So as to follow them up. So I do that. So when I join, I scroll, although some of them join with different names, but some of them join with the name I have on my contact. This update, I'm sure every shareholder, because you said it before now, I can't remember the month now. Last year when you said, I will get $100, all shareholders will smile. You say, but you will not say anything about it. And truly, you could give your words another confirmation of the sincerity and integrity we talked about.
Thank you, sir.
Now, now that everything is shifting to dollars,
yeah.
You have said it before now, that by the time we hit $100, every of our transaction will be in dollars. That means even the bonus also will be earning in dollars. Each of us will have a crypto wallet, or I don't know how you are going to do. Although you said yesterday that we are going to be put through. So some of us have crypto wallet already. So I just want to know how that will go, so that we'll be earning in dollars. As we earn in dollars, how we'll be getting the dollars. So many of us will have our Naira account. That's just my question.
Okay. Once that is implemented, then I would educate on it, okay? You don't have any challenge at all.
All right.
Yes, how shareholders will get their bonus is not a problem, but when that time comes, we would educate us in full, and we promise to make it easy and seamless.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know everybody will be interested now, because I just heard you now mention $50 to the first generation.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of money. So that should motivate everybody. Because people, whenever people ask me, they say, how much do you get now? I said, but I always tell them, it's not even the bonus. But you know the Nigerian team.
Yeah.
They are used to this Ponzi something.
Yeah.
You put in 50,000 naira today, and they want to be promised, I will get 100,000 at the end of the month. They are not patient. Many of the people have been prospected. They are not patient
people
who really understand what we are doing here. I told them of all the online business I've dabbled into, SWIFTTrip have been the one that is very plain, simple. If you just attend the Telegram meeting for a week,
you will learn it.
Everything will be plain to you. There is no mago, no. You hear the CEO, you hear other what do you call admin speaking every day, and people are still doubting. I told them, I said, I'm in Lagos here. our CEO came to Lagos, and you remember, I said, I've seen him face to face. People were asking me before, where is the office? I said, it's in Port Harcourt. Now you came to Lagos in December. I saw, even before then, I know you are real. You are not a robot. You are not, I see you on Telegram. So I don't know what people are still waiting for, but the more they wait, they will pay more. I keep on telling
It's
people, they
simple.
will pay more. And we sympathize with them, but there's nothing we can do. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you, Ambassador Robinson in Lagos over there. We have Felicia Okanlawon. Hope I pronounced the name well. Okanlawon. How are you doing, Felicia?
It's Okonlawon.
Okanlawon. Ah, I pronounced it like English language.
We learn every day.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So, how are you, Felicia? If you're speaking now, we can't hear you. You have to click the middle button. There's a middle button. When I shared my screen, you saw that bold button at the bottom. Click it, and you'll be able to speak. Felicia, mute your mic to speak so we can hear you. All right. Thank you. We've heard from Ambassador Robinson, and that is a word of advice we've got from him today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. And by 8, we'll be live again. 8 p.m. tonight. Tell your friends. Let's make SWIFTtrip a global name. Congratulations. We bounce right to the top. Do have a great time. I love you all. To the Facebook users, the YouTube users, thank you for all you do for SWIFTtrip. It's only going to get better.